Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy here from Little Nest Crafts. Thank you for joining me today, and it's another day in the 100 Days of Junk Journaling Ideas hosted by Rachel and Bella Crafts. And would you believe it, we are actually now in week 13 and it's been absolutely amazing what all the collaborators that have taken part. They've outdone themselves this year with some fantastic projects and ideas, and sharing their inspiration with us. And I'll be sad when it's over. And I sent mate Rachel a message yesterday saying what's she going to do, you know, that we're all going to be going through withdrawal symptoms, so she needs to have some ideas on the go. So yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and thanks to everybody that has taken part. At the end of the week, on this coming Saturday, Rachel will be starting week 14, and it's going to be an amazing giveaway week. So there'll be no collaborators doing any projects that week, but Rachel and Bella have got things lined up for every day, so there will still be videos every day and lots of prizes to be had. So if you want to be in for a chance to get a prize in the draws, please make sure that you've liked and commented on all the videos that are part of the collaboration. And then what Rachel and Bella are doing, they're going to pick obviously they can't go through 100 days worth of videos, but they're going to pick a video, and the prizes will be based on the one video that they're going to choose. So if you want to catch up, go to hashtag 100 days JJI, and it will take you to all the videos that have been listed, because all the collaborators have been using that in their title. So it'll make it easier for you to find everybody's videos. And also, if you go over to Rachel and Bella's website, you can click on the actual collaborator for that day, and it'll take you straight to her video as well. So that's another way of being able to catch up. So for this video, I'm going to be using the Rachel and Bella's latest kit, and it's absolutely stunning, and it's a sewing themed kit, and yeah, it's really lovely. And there will be a flip through of all the pages that are in the kit at the end of this video, and you can also find it on Rachel and Bella's website. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you my project, and it was inspired by Corey Damon, who's posted a video a couple of days ago, and she made some lovely pockets, and it was just what I wanted, because I'm needing some pockets shortly for my journal. And so I thought I would follow Corey's inspiration and make some lovely pockets. So they're one-page wonders, and what I've done is I've just taken an A4 sheet. It doesn't have to be, it can be letter sized, because obviously the pockets, you make the size of pockets that you want for your journal. So I'm not going to give you any measurements, because it depends on the size of journal that you'll be working on. But I'm going to make a pocket in the blue and a pocket in the pink. So to start off, all you do is I've printed this borderless, so that saves me cutting off the white edges. And all I've done is I've taken my paper, I've folded it in half, and I've used my guillotine just to cut down the centre, and it's given me two pieces. So what you do then is, to make the ends stronger, I've just scored a little bit on either end, and then I'm going to use my Beacon 3-in-1 to glue that down, and you'll see why in a moment. There we go. So that's that end done, and they're really simple and quick to do. Just make sure that they're all stuck down. There we go. Try and get them fairly straight, and that one's wonky by the looks, but not to worry. And then what we want to do then is make it so that, I'm just looking to see if this is directional. Don't think it really matters. Yeah, I prefer it that way. So all I'm going to do is fold it not quite up to the top. Let me just see if that's straight. Almost. And then I'm going to bring that down and score that. So I haven't brought it right down to this edge because I don't want it to interfere with the pocket. So that's that. And then you do the same with this piece. So I'm just going to score the end again. And what this does, it just strengthens the end of your pocket. So I'm just going to make sure that my flowers are going the right way. Now you could actually do it that way if you wanted a contrasting, but I want mine to be the same, so that's why I'm folding this inwards. Oops-a-daisy. There we go. And then what I need to do now is decide where I want to have my pocket. So I think that's fine, around about there. And then I'm just going to fold it like that. Now the excess that's on the back, I'm going to get my guillotine and I'm going to cut it to about, I don't know, a bit under ½ an inch maybe. And then I'm going to fold this over again. And same again, glue the edge down. So you've got two pieces now. Oops, where's my tissue? We've got a piece there where you've got the edges turned in, and then you've got a piece here with the edges turned in, and that's the longer piece. So now it's a matter of attaching your pocket together. So now I could, that more or less matches actually, like that. So I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to just put some glue there, whoops a daisy, right the way down to the bottom. And that just holds that bit together, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the width. I'm going to reduce the width of this pocket. So I'll probably have to glue that side again, but it's just a matter of holding it steady while I reduce the size. Oops. There we go. Right then. And it's, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch I've taken off, and I'm going to do that on both sides. You can leave it as is if it fits across your page, but it's a little bit big for what I wanted, so I'm going to take about 1/4 of an inch off each side there. Okay. So now I'm going to re-glue that, because obviously I've chopped half of it off. There we are, and I'm just gluing one side at the moment, and you'll see why in a minute. There we go. Now then, I'm going to get my corner rounder, and I'm just going to round these edges. And I'm just going to ink along the edge there and there, and I'm going to ink along this pocket edge like so, just a little bit, and I'm going to glue along this edge here. And then I'm just going to ink along there, not a lot, just a bit. Okay, now then, what we need to do now is, with our spare piece of paper, we need to make a hinge, because these are going to be a flip to go in the journal. So it's only a narrow hinge. Keep this strip, because that's not going to be wasted either. And then all I'm going to do is fold that over in half, so that it strengthens your hinge, and we'll put some glue down the middle. There we go. And then we need to fold it in half again. Now it's going to be a really narrow hinge, but I quite like it for these. You can make it thicker if you wish. And then I'm going to put the hinge down the side that we've glued, and I want it to be that way. So what I've got is the folded part along the outside edge, and I'm going to cut the excess off at the bottom, and I can find my scissors. So take that much off. There we go. And this is going to sit on the edge of my pocket, like so. And then when I glue it to my page, I'll glue this part here to the page in my journal. So there we go. So we'll let that dry. Now then, with this, you've got a pocket here, you've got a pocket here, and you've got a pocket at the back, which is why I've made the flip. Now then, I haven't glued this side because I want to make some buttons. And what I've got here is some plain white card, because I want to make some of these. And what I've done is I've used my inch punch and my 1/2 inch. So with our inch ones, I'm going to take a couple of those . And then I'm going to take some of the smaller ones as well and try and get some floral bits in them. There we go. There we are. So now I'm going to glue 2 of these together. In fact, I'm going to leave those 2 a minute, just for a second, and then I'm going to get my ruler and so that we can measure. So we've got roughly 5 1/4 inches, so that's 2 1/2, and a pencil. So we've got 2 1/2, 2 and a bit, so roughly there. And on this one, roughly there. So let me just get my pokey tool. And then I want contrasting colours. Oh, that's only just big enough. Just seeing if I can come down a bit more. There we go. Good job I hadn't inked. There we are. That's better. So, now I want a contrasting colour, and I need to make it stronger. So let's have a look. I want that one to go on in the inside. Can you see the stripes? There we are. And another one. So I've put 3 together. And then we want 1 for the inside. And then I need 1 for the inside for the bottom. And we need 2 more pieces. So let's have a look what we've got. What we've got. There we are. So that's for the top part. That's for the bottom part. So this is going to make it like a bit of a policy envelope. And we'll just ink around those. And this is why I didn't fasten this, so that it makes it easier when you want to put in your you know, when you want to do your brads. So let's have a look. Put that on the middle there. On the middle. Yep. So it's about there. And then I'll just get a little brad. It's a daisy. Looking at all my scraps. Oops. Just trying to find the pink ones that'll go. Yeah, they'll look okay. And then I'm just going to part the legs on the brad. like so. And then we're going to cover it with this little flower, and that way it stops it catching on your papers as they're going in and out the pocket. So there we go, and then we've got the same up on this top section here. So we'll find the middle part, I think that's, maybe not. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're slightly off. There we go. And then I'm just going to mark. Yeah, I think we're okay there. Yep, I think we're more or less there, maybe over a little bit to the left, slightly. There we go. Oops. And then same again, we'll part the little legs, press them down, and then we'll get our circle. Just pop that on there like that. And now we can ink the edges of our pocket, and it's nice because you've got nice reinforced edges, so your pocket should last for a while. And then I'm just going to score that well, seeing as it's been scored a little bit, but you can't really tell now. So now we can glue this pocket here, and this part here at the top. Not forgetting the back as well. Just get my glue. It's amazing how it takes the glue off here. There we are. Everything's sticking to my fingers. Right. Lovely. Okay, so we'll just check that all our edges are sealed and our flip is on. And then we need some twine or some cord. So I've got some wax thread here, and I'm just going to pop that oops-a-daisy. And then we'll cut that little bit off. And then we shall wind this round and finish it about there. And then what we do then is with these little 1/2 inch pieces, I'm going to glue 2 together. Oops-a-daisy. So I've glued 2 together, and then I'm going to put some glue on the top here and get my string, pop it inside, and then get my other piece and sandwich it over the string. And just stick them all together. Get the glue off my fingers. There we go. So that's the finished product. So all we need to do now is find our page, let me just move those ones out of the way. Excuse my dog's barking. See if we can find a nice spot to put it on. Now I have been filling in these, how about there? Now you can also make this into a pocket as well as a flip. Oh no, you can't actually if you wanted a flip. So what this will do is sit on, you can either have it on the inside so it flips like that, or you can have it right on the edge of your page. Let's have a look. Oh no, that looks rather nice, doesn't it? There we go. Let's have a look what else we've got. just trying to find which page sings to me. I don't want it on there because that's the same. Oh, that might be nice too, to give it a bit of colour. Yeah, I think we will. I think we'll go on there. Just double check. Oh no, that's rather nice as well. I quite like the fact that you can see underneath. Maybe that one. Oh, there's so many nice pages, isn't there? Yeah, I think I'll do it on that one. There we go. So I've not gone right to the bottom of the page. There we are. Okay. But what you want to check as well, that you're not going too near the middle of your page. You make sure that you've got enough room. And there you have your lovely flip out. And you've got a pocket in the back here, so let's have a look what we've got. Let me see. See what we've got to go in the back. Got a lovely tag. And I've got some of my own ephemera from my stash. And we've got things that we can decorate the pocket with as well. I'll get some fabric and some lace to go underneath. I like the cotton reels on that one. So, what should we get? A bit of tulle or something? And then we've got some sentiments, or some words, should I say. Let's see what we've got here. Spools, bobbins, thread. Yeah, we'll go for thread. Let's have a look. There we go. So there's your decorated pocket on the inside with some ephemera in. Oh, another piece if I can find another bit. How about a lovely envelope? There we go. And I'm just going to clean off the page a bit there, where I slid the hinge along a little bit. It's left some glue, shiny. That's better. Super. So that's our little hinge pocket there. In our journal, just clear the decks a little bit. There we are. And then inside you've got a pocket there, and you've got a pocket here as well, which I'll just make sure is free. Yep. And what can we put in there? I can put some cotton round here, some thread, and we've got a lovely tag, and I've got a ticket out of my stash. There we go. Sorry, I've not put anything in the top pocket, have I? So we thought then, we've got these lovely postcards that Rachel's done. Is it deep enough? No. So let me just free it off a little bit with my ruler. I think my glue's spread a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that's done it. If not, I can get a smaller let's have a look. See if we've got a smaller one. yeah, we've got these. There we are. So I can put some buttons on there as well. So I'm going to take that out, put that in a smaller pocket. So there you have it. The lovely flip pocket with a policy closure. So I do hope that you have liked that, and I'm just trying to think if I've got time to do another one. Bear with. No, it's 50 minutes long that we've been doing this little video. So I'll call it a day for now, and please join me in the next one, because I'm going to be working on this journal to get it finished so that I can put it in my Ko-fi shop for the end of the collaboration. So I'd like it to be finished by the end of next week. So I do hope that you'll stay and follow me, and that you'll like and subscribe to my channel if you like what you've seen. And thank you very much for those of you who have been following me, and thanks to those of you who are new subscribers as well. It's very much appreciated. And yeah, I hope that you'll stay and look for some further projects, and in the hope that you'll get inspired. So until then, everybody, I'll say bye for now. Take care and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now. Bye.